collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Good day. Welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How are you doing today? Well, the first rollout of a few people on testing out the harvest box, so to speak, the box of food that is supposed to either cut down food stamps or replace food stamps altogether, copied or pretty much duplicated from a very well-known, successful business known as Blue Apron. Blue Apron is a monthly service, kind of like Netflix and kind of like the shoebox or whatever you want to call it, these organizations that supply you with a certain amount of clothes, certain amount of food, certain amount of wine, certain amount of whatever on a monthly basis. And that box is something like that, Blue Apron. So in the efforts of boosting up business again, trying to put pockets in corporations again, Trump is deciding to allow the federal government to get their hand in the food industry instead of letting the food industry be a free market. And that's the reason why SNAPs exists, is you're giving people opportunity to buy food, not alcohol, not clothing, but buy food to help bolster the market all over, Walmart and things like that. So what he wants to do, instead of cutting down the military budget, he wants to cut down food. He wants to cut the food stamps. Of all programs in the world today that we're spending money on, this numbnut of a president, I don't want to talk to him personally, of a president, decided, let's go after the poorest people in the country again. And that's people who don't have jobs, people who don't have a good education, people who actually have jobs but not making enough money. Their meats they just don't have the money to live a sustainable life. So they apply for SNAP so they can kind of have enough money to pay their bills and still have enough money to eat. Instead of going after the things that need to be gone after, like the military budget, Trump decides to go after food and agriculture. Currently, our discretionary budget for 2017 is $1.15 trillion. Trump decides that I'm going to go slash the budget by picking on the most vulnerable people in America, and that's the poor class, the middle class. I'm going to hook up the wealthy, my boys, my people, at the expense of the poor and the working class. Now, they claim that, okay, you're going to have more money in your check starting this year. You're not going to be spending that much in taxes. There's a purpose for taxes. I don't mind paying taxes if I know it's going to go to the proper place. Most Americans do not mind paying taxes long as that tax is being invested in the proper place. And from you, people understand this. We pay taxes. Trump don't pay taxes. He don't pay taxes. He take advantage of every loophole to not pay taxes. Other than putting his money overseas, and he probably does that. Robbing and cheating people, and he probably have done a lot of that. Manipulating the system where he don't have to pay taxes. Yeah, he's going to make the decision on what we should do, what the government should do with the money that we pay taxes on. The taxes are an investment from the people into the United States to help lift up other people, number one. You know what? You want to know where your taxes are going to right now? Let me start. Veteran benefits, $75.4 billion, 7% discretionary spending. You don't think we can afford to boost that up and take care of our veteran, provide housing, clothing, and shelter no matter what? If you served in this country, put your life on the line for a government who don't give a crap about you, the least thing the government could do is take care of our veterans. Not all of them are stellar, not all of them long-term, not all of them made a career out of the military. Now they're set for life. These people who decide to vote 2, 4, 6 years, 10 years, and decided they didn't want to have nothing to do with the military. And now you got a lot of people, especially here in New York City, homeless, don't have enough to eat, no nutrition, no place to stay, and things like that. And all we can spend is a 7% funky budget to help these people come up after they done put their life on the line. Some of them lost legs and limbs. Some of them lost the ability to speak. Some of them lost their family as a result of not having legs. Wife left out on her. Husband left out on her. As a result of not, and the least we could spend is 7%. Education, $72.8 billion. 6%, that's all? Yeah, we got Bessie DeBoer talking about cutting the budget. And that's the reason why Trump put these people in office, because they're not going to buck up against him. They're going to do whatever he said because they're happy they got the job in the White House to check off on a resume. So when they leave, Trump get out of office, all of them have other places to go. Greener pastures, bigger money, while you still suffer. 6%, really? On education. We need to invest heavily in education. Now, we're talking about the taxpayers' money, the money that comes out of our pocket every day that we want the government to wisely invest in. Programs to invest in. Let's look at housing and community. Right now, Ben Carson is trying to cut the budget on housing program. Has already done some of it. But why are you cutting something we only pay 6% in? We only spent 6% in the housing and community, $68.5 billion. 6%. Medicare and health. We don't spend enough on Medicare and health. Matter of fact, Trump trying to cut that out the program. Currently, we spend $58.6 billion, 5%. That's all on discretionary spending. If we talk about going up 5% more, they're going to have a hissy fit. Really? Internal affairs, $41.4 billion, 4%. Energy and environment, $41.3 billion, 4%. Social security and unemployment labor, 31.7, 3%. But yet they want to go after Social Security. They want to go after the veterans benefit, education, housing. They want to go after the Social Security. They want to go after energy. Trump wants to go that. He's built his cabinet to go after that and chop that down. And these things are less than 5% each in our discretionary spending. We don't need to mess with unemployment. We don't need to mess with Social Security. It's only less than 5%. It's 3%. 3 freaking percent. But Trump and his administration want to go after that. Let's go to science. Worthy investment. We need to boost up science, technology, innovation, all that good stuff. We only spend 3% right now. $30.7 billion on science. Transportation, $24.7 billion. 2%. In transportation. Right now, the New York City Transportation Department, transportation suck. Japan is light years ahead of us. China, light year ahead of us. We still dealing with the same crappy, late all the time, train tracks, signal problems, fires just horrendous. New York City, all these tunnels, and we can't even update to modern technology. We're still using the same old technology, the same train that they used back in the film Warriors, Come Out and Play. Same freaking train. And the government only paying 2%, and they want to complain about transportation. They want to complain about Social Security. They want to complain about energy. They want to complain about medical and health. And these things are less than 5% each in our budget. Let's go to food and agriculture. Currently, the big deal right now is this harvest box. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. This harvest box, which is meant to be a copycat of Blue Apron, where they send you a monthly box of food. They want to do that. That way they're not spending money. They're going to probably negotiate a deal with a few companies to provide all this food. They're going to save money, but yet at the same time, these people are going to get rich. But it's going to kill off it's going to kill the free market. You won't be able to go to Walmart and buy your groceries. Well, you're still going to get a little bit as of now. You're going to get that box, but you're going to get less in SNAP benefits because the box is going to take off some of those, cut some of that spending you normally get. The box is designed to help make the decision for you on what you should eat. What happened to government overreaching, government get involved with people's personal food? You had a hissy fit, Republicans, when Michelle Obama talked about eating healthy and exercising. Oh, you had a hissy fit. But here Trump talking about, I think we need to cut food stamps and let's replace what they currently, the ability of them going in and buying groceries with the ability of giving them only just about half of that money instead, and we'll send them a harvest box every month. Come on, dude. You want to put America on a subscription program. You want to decide what kind of food they eat. Now, I'm going to get back to that in a moment, but I want to talk about our military spending. Currently, we're not at war. We're looking for wars. Currently, we're in proxy wars, wars that we declared without even congressional approval. It's a bunch of bullying around. It's colonialism. These people look at us as colonizers. We want to go in and take over in the name of freedom and fighting against terrorism and things like that. We want to use that as a punk scapegoat to go into countries and take the oil, take the diamonds, and pretty much put in who we think should lead those countries so we can do business with them. Get rid of the people who are fighting for their people and fighting for their resources to keep in their land. Let's just remove them out the way. Kill them. Kill Gaddafi. Kill Saddam Hussein. Now, don't get me wrong. These people are horrible and they have some horrible parts about them, but America's got some horrible parts too. The whole world has some horrible parts about them. But who are we? Are we supposed to be a sovereign nation? But they can't be a sovereign nation. They can't make the decision. They can't decide what to do with their gold and resources. We got to call them a dictator, a tyrant, just to get them out the way. So we can go in and put in puppet leaders so we can control their resources. We're doing it in Chad. We're doing it in Ethiopia. We're doing it. We're doing it everywhere, and we're trying to get it done in Syria so we can take over the pipeline. That's all it is. And right now we're trying to get let me get off this permanent base in the whole 9 yards. We are the bullies. We're trying to colonize Africa, and we're trying to colonize certain parts of the country. We want to go in and mess with the Far East too. Also, we can control things. We want to control the fish market in Asia. We want to control the gold, the oil, the resources, the diamonds of Africa. We are picking on these people. You know how much we're spending to do it? 54% of the taxpayers' money. 54% of your money is going toward military spending. Now, don't get me wrong. I think we should invest in our military personnel, not weapons. We got enough weapons. We spend too much money on weapons. Right now, we're spending money to create weapons so we can sell them to other countries so they can oppress people, like, for an example, Saudi Arabia, who is doing a blockade right now, starving people over there in northern Africa. And those guys are brutal. They'll cut your head off and everything over there. They preach Wahhabism. We're spending over $622.6 billion. 54% of our discretionary income is coming up there, and then they're gonna is coming out of coming out of the taxpayers' pocket, my pocket, and your pocket, all to provide for weapons. What other countries probably call weapons of mass destruction. We're heavily invested in weapons of mass destruction. Our country. We're not investing in the soldiers. We're not giving them a pay raise, because I think if you're going to, after 5 years of serving in the military, you should get paid like New York Police Department, at least $90,000. You should be able to get be part of the Jeremiah program where you get your house off 50%. You pay 50% and the government paid 50%. You serving, you're protected. Anybody that's serve and protect, from the local police department all the way to our government, all the way up to our military, need to be heavily invested in. I'm talking about the personnel, not the weapons. Sure, we can invest in weapons, but we're spending 54% and we're going to talk about where you're going to get the money for healthcare, where you're going to go for free healthcare or no cost healthcare, where you're going to get the money for education, where you go. We don't need 50% for that. Boost it up 3-5%, and we're doing a good job. It don't take much to provide housing. It don't take much to provide food. It doesn't take much to provide shelter. It doesn't take much to provide a good, decent quality education. It doesn't take much to go universal health care like most modern countries do. We can do it. We got the money, but we're spending most of it, 54% in the military, which brings me back to food and agriculture. These politicians want to take your tax money, make the decision for you, and we ain't even hardly spending no money. You complain about somebody getting $150, $250 of food stamps so they can go buy food? They can't, they invest, it's their freaking money. They're making an investment and they can't go buy cereal, a cake, food, steak. Steak is loaded in iron. You think you rich people supposed to be able to get steaks on your own? And what this is going to do, these harvest box and cutting food stamps, is going to kill the grocery store industry, including Walmart, unless Walmart contract with the government to provide food in those boxes. But the government is going to negotiate them to get a low cost, just like we're trying to negotiate with the healthcare industry to purchase prescriptions at a low cost instead of high cost. The buying power, they want to do that, and they're going to end up doing more damage to, especially the grocery food industry, than help. How are you going to help them boost up their economy and keep these businesses open and people working in these grocery stores, providing fresh produce and things like that, cutting meat and things like that? There's such thing as fresh meat, cutting meat and everything, where they can go in and buy what they want. No, you want to control that. That is going to kill those type of stores. It's going to kill Food Line. It's going to kill Walmart food. It's going to kill Belo's. It's going to kill Winn-Dixie. It's going to kill Public. You name it. Fine Fare, Key Food. I'm in New York. We got like 50 billion different type of grocery stores. You know, Pioneer, you name it. It's going to kill them. Because now if you're on SNAP, the government is saying, we're going to cut your food stamps down. We're going to provide you a box. How about you keep the food stamp the way it is and provide a box? You're only spending 2% freaking. 2% Really? You guys got to be out your doggone mind, man. Look at this.
Okay, y'all, I got a box today that came today. This is some of the, this is the food that Trump is going to deliver to us, y'all. Look at this here. Okay? This is the food box and it's going to come in this big styrofoam box, y'all. Look at this shit. Trump is not lying. He ain't playing. But look at this shit here, y'all. Look at the food, though. I want to say, Trump, fuck you, and I'm not eating your food. Look at this mess. Look at that. I don't know what that is. 20 of these here came in a box. This supposed to be chicken and cheese corn. This is the damn, look at that. So we supposed to eat this, y'all. Y'all see this shit? Look at this. Check this out, y'all. Look at our biscuit. Look at our biscuit. We got, Trump gave us some goddamn fucking, what's that supposed to be? Barbecue, pork, rib, and these is the biscuits. Hey, y'all, check the biscuits out. Look at the biscuits. See the biscuits? So, huh? Oh, yeah. Let me see that. That's our soup we gotta eat. Let me show. Let me see the soup, Mom. That's supposed to be soup. This is the soup, y'all. Mom, hold it up right. This is the soup, y'all. You know, that we supposed to eat. And two of those is in the box, too. Trump got us fucked up, y'all. I can't believe this shit, so he gonna take our shit away, give us some more dried ass biscuits. Look at this goddamn biscuit, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. Look at that. So this is what he gonna replace our food stamps with. Okay? But I don't get those motherfuckers no way, so fuck you, Trump. I don't get no fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing me no goddamn favor. You could have kept all this shit in this box. You know, I ain't lying. And our food gonna come from UPS. We gonna get our shit delivered in the mail. Look at that biscuit. Hey, can somebody call Trump and tell him that, ask him why the fuck our biscuits so goddamn hard? Look at this shit. Ain't nobody gonna, we gonna be there. Ethiopian, no. People gonna be Ethiopian. Cause this shit finna get real, y'all.
As you can see, the food that is being supplied is pretty much prison food. Well, the prison people are healthy and they got meat on their bone, but the food is not healthy. It is not healthy. That's what happened when you let the government begin to take over what you and your kids should eat. Well, if they get out there and get a job, they can buy whatever they want. Most of these people on food stamps have jobs. Most of the people that are on SNAP have jobs. There's no more food stamps. I don't know why we still call it. But the people who are on the SNAP program have jobs. But they're paying, like in New York City, they got a family of 3 if they're not in public housing, which they're trying to cut that down. And Ben Carson is in charge of that. Let alone, if that happens, they end up moving. They're going to spend $2,000 a month for rent, which is crazy here in New York. But yet they're going to try to provide meals for their family with what little money they get on their job. They need that. Like I said, I have no problem with the box coming in every month on top of the current SNAP benefit. Why don't you add on top of that? You don't control the money, especially you, Mr. President. You don't pay taxes. So how you going to tell the government, how you going to have the guts and the nerves to go to government and ask for a military budget? And you pump behind Democrats. How you going to sit there and side with that man and let this go? Not even stand, no resistance. How you going to sit there and side with that man and give him all a blank check for the military when we already spending 54% of our discretionary income, our taxes and everything on the government? Yet we're less than 10% on the most needed programs in America. Well, Roberts, we spend about 10% on some of these other programs. We ain't going to have them. Look, dude, let me tell you something. You only need about 30% of the budget for the military. If anything, you only need 20 at the most. The rest of the money should be going back into the community. These people work hard to pay taxes. When they get a refund, that has nothing to do with that. They invested in our government. They want to make sure the government is investing wisely. There should be no reason why you're not able to get an education. Money should not be a factor. Healthcare money should not be a factor. But we're spending most of our money over here on military, weapons spending, the military complex, versus investing back in the American people. We have enough money that we're sending to our federal government. We're not broke. Social Security is not broke. They have money. They have money. They're telling that broke lie so they can cut into that and take that money and make investments. We have plenty of money. If anything, you boost up Social Security so people can have their check. They work hard so they can have a good sustainable income. This boosted up from $1,500 to $2,500 for a person that worked hard all their life and want to retire and relax and have fun. How about we take couple of percentages up and boost that up? How about we take a couple of percentage up and at least 4 or 5% and provide no cost health care? Shouldn't have to come out your pocket to go get medical work done. It should be a right. I can go on housing, education, and things like that. But we currently spend less than 1% on food and agriculture. Our discretionary spending, majority of our taxes are going to 1%. Yet these turkeys in Washington, D.C., from the president on down to Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and all these crooked Democrats, these crooked Republicans, and why are we keep voting these people in? I just did a series talking about how these millionaires are not going to work hard to change your life situation and circumstance. They're good. They got it made. They're making 6 figures, some 7, 8, 9 figures. Some of them billionaires in our federal government. Palatial home, nice cars. Their kids never have to want for nothing. Health care is free for them and not for you. Education is pretty much free for them and not for you. They get to eat any place. Restaurants let Nancy Pelosi eat for free just to put a picture up there of her on the wall saying Nancy Pelosi ate there. You don't have that privilege. And yet these punks gonna go after food stamps or SNAP benefits, which is not much of crap, and saying let's cut that and provide you this box full of prison food and take that money and reinvest it into the military and things like, because that's all it's going to do is going to go to the military. It ain't going to go nowhere else when the military is already overblown. Most of it is going, I can see if it's going into our troops. It's going into the servicemen. It's going into their housing, making sure they living good, eating good, things like that. They deserve it. They're not even spending the money on them. They're not giving them raises. They're not, people putting their life on the line. They're not boosting them and their family up. Out of all things they want to go after, the least thing on this chart is food and agriculture. And these punk politicians are trying to cut that. What a measly bunch of cowards, degenerates, greedy, selfish, which pretty much they deserve because they invested. When they worked, they paid taxes. Now, a lot of them may not have a job or have a piece of a job, and they need the extra help. And you're going to try to tell me, well, you ain't going to get the money. We're going to give you a box. Who in the world are you? Did you pay taxes, Mr. President? No. Half of these congressmen probably not paying taxes. They finding every loophole because most of them 6-figure earners. They got money, so they're finding ways to cut their costs to take advantage of the tax code. They're doing it. They're not teaching you how to do it. Oh, but I dare teach you our secrets of keeping money in our pocket. They're doing it. Won't allow you to do it. Gonna go after the 1% of food stamp when we're spending 54% on an overblown military. You don't know your priorities, government leaders. And you punk politicians. I know you watch the channel. Yeah, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all of them. Half of the corporate Democrats and even some progressive are siding on Trump's plan for this mess. Now, he's not the only person who came up with this. I mean, Ronald Reagan had something like that, but it was on top of the food stamps that you currently got. It wasn't cutting it. Bill Clinton tried something like that. Obama was willing to cut food stamps, so it's not like all Trump. But Trump is trying to take it to the highest level. He's doing this to boost the business. It's only 1% and you want to go after that. What kind of punks are you? Now I'm talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about all the Paul Ryan, punk behind, Eddie Munster looking mother. Talking about Mitch, Turtle Man, McConnell. He looked just like the turtle on Turtle Wax. I know, Rob, you talking about people. He do. I ain't lying. He do. Look at the picture. And these corporate Democrats siding along with this stuff. Chuck Schumer. And what you people do, and me, I'm included, we're allowing this to happen. When the last time did you pick up the phone today and call your congressman and say it's BS what you're doing? And you need to stand up, and if you don't stand up, we're going to vote your butt out of office. But Trump, yeah, we're going to vote you and Trump out of office. You stand up or don't, when are you going to get the guts to start making the phone calls to blast back on them? When you going to get on Twitter? When you going to get on Facebook? When you going to go and protest in front of the person's house? Legal protests now. No crazy mess. When are you going to stand firm and take it to the streets, people? As long as you're silent and you're only behind the scenes, yapping your mouth and complaining. See, I don't just complain on this mic. I'm out there. One could put 1,000 in flight. Two put 10,000 in flight. People need to get together and stand firm. You do it with the Women's March, and nothing got done after that. What was the purpose of the Women's March anyway? I don't know. I don't think I asked at the Women's March, most women didn't even know. And I love my sisters, but if you're going to have a march, you better make it purposeful, and you better have some concrete plans after the march. And currently, right now, they're smacking us, the poor and the middle class, all upside the head, and we just say, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Oh, I hate that you hit me. I hate that you hit me. You need to take that hand and say, you hit me one more time, I'll knock your behind out. But you're too scared to do that. How do you knock them out? You can knock them out in the industry. Stop boycotting. Stop buying crap. There's so many ways to get back at these people without actually getting back at them physically. In a respectful, peaceful manner. And it's high time people start getting together to do that. And wreak havoc. Wake you up. Shake you up and wake you up. That's my job. Now, when the rallies come, I'm going to be there. My question is, are you? And if you're not, anytime they talk about box, no money, blah, 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 you can shut your mouth up. Because complaining don't get nothing done. It's action because of your complaining that get work done. And you ain't got no action. And you can shut up. And I'm talking to myself, not you. But if I am talking to you, take it. Take that like P. Diddy says. Because you need to hear that. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Peace. Hey, if you like the content and if you like this particular video, please like it, share it. Also, if you want to become a patron, you can click the link below and become a patron. I'm no Don Lemon, thank God. So again, like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're over 1,500. We're on the march to 5,000. Please click the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you can know exactly when I put a new video up. If you like the content, hit our Patreon account up. A few bucks to get a brother a cup of coffee, maybe a hot dog and a soda from 7-Eleven. You know.